Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. This time, we're taking a look at Madrasati.
Madrasati.
This online learning platform that's making waves in Saudi Arabia. We've got a whole bunch of articles here in Arabic, kind of like instruction manuals and first-hand accounts, all rolled into one.
Cool.
Our mission today.
Yeah, what are we?
To break it all down.
Okay.
Figure out how it works, who's actually using it, and why it's such a big deal in Saudi education.
Sounds good.
We're talking registration, all the features for students, and even their parents, even some troubleshooting tips. So let's get into it.
Yeah, what I find really interesting is that Madrasati, it's not just a website, you know?
Right.
It's like a whole virtual school system that the Ministry of Education built, trying to achieve all their educational goals for the whole country.
It's really baked right into their strategy.
Yes.
So let's talk about how you'd actually get started with Madrasati. The articles lay out the registration process for students.
Okay.
And it seems surprisingly straightforward, using technology that's already in place over there.
Oh, interesting.
You're going to need your national ID, an email address, and you'll have to choose your nationality.
Okay.
And that's where things get a little clever.
How so?
They actually use the Tawakkalna app.
Oh, the Tawakkalna app.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
For verification.
Oh, wow.
So Tawakkalna, that app everybody was using.
Right, during the pandemic?
During the pandemic for contact tracing, health status.
Yeah.
Now it's like this multi-purpose tool for government services.
So they're really weaving it.
They're weaving it into
daily life.
Daily life there.
That's clever.
And once you're verified,
Tawakkalna
hands over your login details.
No way.
For Madrasati.
Wow.
Talk about convenient.
So convenient.
But what about parents and teachers?
Right. They need to be involved as well.
In the loop, too.
Absolutely.
They've got a system for them, too.
Oh.
Separate systems for each group.
Interesting.
Which makes sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
Parents, they use the NOR system to log in, which has been their portal for managing their kids' education.
Makes sense.
For a while now, teachers, on the other hand, they use their Microsoft accounts.
Oh, that's smart.
Smart move, right?
Yeah, very smart.
So they're really removing any potential tech hurdles.
Hurdles, right.
So everybody's logged in.
So everyone's in.
Now what?
What can they do?
What can you actually do on this platform?
Good question.
It seems incredibly comprehensive from what we're reading.
Yeah.
Students can access all their course materials, see their schedules, and attend live lessons.
Really?
You're like having...
Like a digital copy of...
The digital copy of everything they need.
That's amazing. For school.
Wow.
Always available.
That's great for staying organized.
That's great for keeping things organized.
Yeah.
And it's not just one-sided.
Okay.
Teachers can manage their classes, send messages to students, track progress all in one place.
In one place.
Parents can stay in the loop, too, seeing how their child is doing academically.
Keep tabs on them.
Imagine this.
Okay.
You're a student living in a more remote part of Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Before Madrasati.
Yeah.
You might have had limited access.
Yeah, I can see that.
To educational resources.
Yeah.
Now, with this platform, you have a direct link to teachers.
Wow.
Updated materials.
That's great.
And even the chance to participate in live lessons with other students.
That's a game changer.
It really could be a game changer.
Yeah.
For those who might have felt isolated or left behind.
Totally.
That's a really important point.
It is. It's not just about convenience.
Right.
It's about equity and access.
Exactly.
But let's be realistic.
Okay.
Even with the best technology, glitches happen.
Yeah, of course.
What happens?
What if something...
If something goes wrong. They've got you covered.
Oh, good.
The articles mention a bunch of troubleshooting tips.
Okay.
Like, let's say you forget your password.
Yeah.
No need to panic.
Okay.
There's a built-in password recovery
That's handy.
option right there.
Right on the site.
Oh, good.
And if you run into a really tricky technical issue, they've got dedicated support available.
That's good to know.
So they really seem to have thought through...
It seems like it.
...the user experience from start to finish.
Yeah.
But this goes beyond just making things easier.
Okay.
Madrasati fits into something much bigger, right?
Like what?
You're talking about Vision 2030?
Yeah, Vision 2030, that's
Saudi Arabia's ambitious plan.
Saudi Arabia's plan. To completely transform its economy and society.
Right. They're trying to move.
They know they can't just rely on oil.
Away from oil.
Forever.
Exactly.
So how does education fit into this?
Well, they need a workforce
that's
ready for a more diverse, digitally driven economy.
Makes sense.
And Madrasati is a big step in that direction.
So it's not just about getting kids online.
Right.
It's about preparing them for a future that looks very different.
For a very different
future, yeah.
Exactly.
It's about giving them the skills to navigate this rapidly changing world. Yeah.
But let's shift gears for a moment.
Okay.
And think about what this actually means for students in the classroom.
In the classroom, okay.
How does Madrasati impact their learning experience?
That's a good question.
That's a great question, and that takes us beyond the login screens and menus.
The nuts and bolts. Stay tuned, folks,
All right.
as we explore what it's actually like to learn in the digital schoolyard of Madrasati.
Sounds good.
So we've got a good handle on what Madrasati is and how it works, but what's really interesting to me is how it's changing the actual learning experience.
Yeah, the experience of learning.
It's the students.
It really flips the script, you know?
In what way?
Like, think about traditional classrooms.
Okay.
With set schedules and that one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
Madrasati is different.
Yeah.
It's like a school that never closes.
Wow.
Students can access materials and learn at their own pace.
That makes sense, but I do worry that we lose something in the translation.
What do you mean?
Like, what about those face-to-face interactions with teachers and classmates?
Right.
Those are pretty essential to learning.
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But remember, Madrasati still has those live lessons.
Oh, right.
Where students can connect with teachers and classmates in real time.
Okay, so it's not about replacing teachers.
No, not at all.
Altogether.
It's more about enhancing that traditional classroom experience with technology.
So taking the best parts of in-person learning and making them accessible anytime.
And anywhere.
Anywhere, exactly.
And think about the potential for personalized learning.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Because Madrasati can track student progress.
Right.
Teachers and parents can see exactly.
They can see where students are.
Where a student might be struggling.
Right. Or excelling.
Yeah. They can then tailor their support.
Exactly.
And provide extra help.
Exactly.
In areas where it's needed.
It's like having a personalized dashboard for each student's educational journey.
That's pretty powerful.
It is.
But let's be realistic.
Okay.
Technology is not a magic solution.
No, it's not a magic bullet.
There are always challenges.
There are.
There's right.
Absolutely. One of the biggest hurdles is the digital divide.
The digital divide.
Not all students have equal access
to computers or reliable internet.
That's a really critical point.
It is.
If the goal is to create a more equitable education system, we need to make sure everyone has the tools to participate.
Yes.
Regardless of their background or where they live.
Absolutely. Bridging that digital divide requires investments.
Investments in what?
In infrastructure, affordable devices, and training programs.
So people can develop those digital literacy skills.
Exactly. It's not just about having the tech, it's about knowing how to use it.
To use it effectively.
Yes.
And what about data privacy?
Oh, that's a big one.
With a platform like Madrasati collecting so much information, how can we be sure that data is being handled responsibly?
That's a crucial question. Strong data protection policies and robust cybersecurity measures are essential.
Yeah, to
safeguard information and build trust.
So it's like building a digital schoolyard.
It is.
With strong fences and security systems.
Exactly, to protect the students inside.
So security and privacy should be
top priorities.
Top priorities. What about the teachers?
The teachers.
It must be a huge shift for them.
It is a huge shift.
To adapt to this new way of teaching.
Yeah, professional development and ongoing support will be crucial.
Like, we need to give teachers the tools.
The tools and training. Yes.
They need to navigate this digital world.
Confidently.
Confidently and effectively.
It's a team effort.
It is a team effort.
Teachers, parents, students, policymakers all need to work together.
To make the most.
Of these new opportunities.
Of these new digital opportunities.
Yes. And let's not forget the role of parents.
The parents.
They need to be actively involved, supporting their children and staying informed.
About what?
About Madrasati's features and policies.
So they're partners in this educational journey.
They are partners, absolutely.
But even with these challenges,
the
potential benefits are huge.
They are huge.
I mean, we're talking about opening up a world.
A world of possibilities.
Of possibilities for students.
Absolutely. Imagine students in remote villages being able to connect with world-renowned experts.
Through online lectures?
Or collaborating with classmates from different countries.
It's like the whole world becomes their classroom.
Exactly. And it's not just about acquiring knowledge.
Right.
It's about fostering critical thinking.
Critical thinking.
Problem solving.
And creativity.
That are going to be so important.
So important in the years to come.
It's about preparing them not just for specific jobs, but for a future.
Right.
Where they'll need to adapt. And keep learning. Throughout their lives.
That's the key. And platforms like Madrasati are laying the foundation for that future.
That's a great point. Now, this deep dive into Madrasati has taken us from the nuts and bolts of registration.
Right.
All the way to these big picture ideas.
Yeah, these big ideas.
About the future of learning.
The future of learning. But what I find particularly interesting is it feels like Saudi Arabia is really going all in on this idea of digital transformation when it comes to education.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
Not just dipping their toes in the water. They are diving in head first.
Exactly. They recognize the world's changing, and they're giving their students the tools to succeed.
It makes you wonder if this could be a model.
A model for other countries.
For other countries.
Yeah, looking to bring technology into their schools.
It makes you think, could Madrasati be a blueprint?
A blueprint.
For a global shift.
A global shift in how we learn.
We've seen how it works.
We have.
Explored the potential benefits and challenges.
We have.
And we even zoomed out to see how it fits into Saudi Arabia's vision for the future.
Yeah, that bigger picture.
What stands out to you?
Well,
what are your thoughts on the role of technology in education in general?
For me, it's the potential to level the playing field.
Level the playing field?
Yeah. Imagine a world where a student's access to good education isn't limited.
Right.
By where they live or their background.
That's a powerful idea.
It is, but it comes with a big responsibility.
What do you mean?
We have to make sure technology is used ethically.
Right.
Responsibly. We need to bridge that digital divide.
Right.
And protect student data.
Like we're building a new kind of school.
Right.
A digital one.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure it's safe. And equitable.
Equitable for everyone.
For all students.
Absolutely. It's not just about the tech itself.
Right.
It's about how we use it to make learning more engaging.
Yeah.
Personalized and effective.
This is making me want to go back to school.
Well, you could always check out Madrasati yourself.
Explore it.
See what it's all about.
See how it works.
It's a great example of what's possible when we think creatively about the future education.
And it's free to explore.
It is.
You might just discover a whole new way of learning.
You never know.
Well, listeners, that's our deep dive into Madrasati.
That's it.
We explored its features, its potential.
Its potential.
And its challenges.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I think more importantly, it's gotten us thinking about the future of learning.
Yeah.
A future where technology plays a big role.
A big role. And as with any journey of discovery,
we're left with more questions than answers.
We are, but that's the fun of it.
It keeps us curious.
Keeps us engaged.
And reminds us that learning never stops.
So think about what we talked about today.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on digital learning?
What are your thoughts?
How can we use technology?
To
create a better future for education?
A better future.
Not just in Saudi Arabia.
But
all over the world. Keep those questions in mind.
Yeah.
Keep exploring and keep diving deep.
Keep diving.
Until next time.
See you then.